Words of my mouth and meditation of my heart be always acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen. A four-letter powerful word. Love one another. Love thy neighbor. Love your enemies. Well, enough said, perhaps. We can all go home now. We're told what to do. We know. Or maybe we think, oh, I do that already. Perhaps so. But let's go back a little bit and talk about it a little bit further this morning. Some say these are commandments. We have been told that Jesus did not actually command us to do anything, in that we had been given free will. Some use the word demands again. My God demands nothing of me. Some use the words suggestions, inferences, preferences. I don't know really. But what I do know is these are his rules for us to follow. Rules to help us on our journey while we're on this earth in this lifetime. Rules to make our life easier in order to achieve happiness, blissfulness, oneness. Rules to help us understand love. Love thy neighbor. Let us modernize this and say love all humanity, if you will. Let me suggest an order, if you will, this morning, of how some of us could go about doing this love thing, if you will. We love our family. We love our friends. We like the people we go to church with, work with, play bridge with if we're bridge players, play golf with if we're golfers. We're nice to people in the doctor's office, the grocery store, the veterinarian's office, or wherever we might go on a daily basis. We don't dislike the people out that we've run into begging for money, the people who don't drive cars and may have to hitchhike, the petty criminals. We perhaps would prefer to be not around certain people, whoever that is, that might make us just a little bit uncomfortable. So this morning, I guess we could say that we love our enemies. I'm not sure that's what Jesus had in mind. The different degrees of the word love. Honestly, I don't know. But I do believe it goes a little bit deeper than that. There is a list of four-letter words that are not usually said. Love is on that list. We don't leave the golf course, perhaps, and say, love you, see you Thursday. We don't leave the grocery store and say to the checkout person, love you, thanks for everything you do. So just how then do we show our love for all humanity? As I've said before, love is an action word. It manifests through compassion, giving, understanding, being present, forgiving, humility, thankfulness, attention, and yes, laughter. These are some of the ways that we can show love. We might not say to the checkout person at the grocery store, we love them, but the kindness, smile, and understanding we show them can be our form of love. The compassion and interest we show the young man who might be changing our oil at the service station on a hot day can be our way of expressing love for that person as a fellow human being. loving our neighbor can also mean quite literally loving our neighbor. However, you may have heard me talk about this one once before. My wife and I once had a neighbor that really didn't like us particularly because of our dogs. At the time we had 3. This is the first time that this had ever happened to us. And we couldn't quite understand. And it really didn't feel like it was the husband talking. And we thought maybe perhaps it was his wife. Just for the way he would interact with us when his wife wasn't present. So we went through some rough love your neighbor times when his wife wasn't present. And ultimately we're told the wife had some issues, totally unrelated to us. She has since died. And I ran into our old neighbor at the gym some time ago. And you would have thought we were long lost buddies. He was completely relaxed and very friendly. We didn't know what was going on with his wife and had no way of knowing. We handled these circumstances well on some days and not quite so well on other days. It was a life lesson that my wife and I will certainly never forget. One of the most powerful examples of life that followed Jesus' model of limitless love was Martin Luther King. Now, I must admit, I did not fully understand growing up in the 60s just who he truly was. I knew and understood and heard about all the negativity surrounding his life, but I didn't understand what the meaning of his life or even death was. Reverend King chose to live the life and the love of Jesus. In his sermons, he spoke of the danger for himself, but also for the danger for all of us by not living the love of Jesus. He totally got the words compassion, forgiveness, giving, and all those words that Jesus instructs us to be. I would suggest to us this morning, it is not a question of what we are doing. It is a question of what we are being at all times, in all situations, and to all people. Are we being humble, thankful, kind? Are we being loving? Are we loving all humanity in all ways? I would submit this morning, this life is not about what we're doing, it is what we are being. We are human beings. It is our choice as to what we are being. If we want to be loved, then we must do loving things. If we want to be compassionate, then we must do compassionate things. If we want to be like Jesus, then we must do like Jesus things. These are the rules. In order to love all humanity, we must do loving things for all humanity. The question for each and every one of us, including me, of course, is, are we up for the task today?